Hello everyone. So today I'm making Achar Awak. Achar Awak is a Nyonya spicy mixed vegetable pickle similar to piccalilli but so much tastier. It is delicious eaten cold and is ideal as a picnic food served with drinks the way you would serve olives as an aperitif, or served with cold meats and add it to your sandwiches. I just like eating it with steamed rice as part of my main meal. My mother used to cook this in preparation for the Chinese New Year festivities or special occasions, as it is labor intensive. The vegetables need to be dried in the sun until they are crispy, which also helps with its preservation in the pickling liquid. My version is somewhat simplified, as I dehydrate my vegetables by salting and pressing, and I'll show you how it's done. In the first instance, we can't always rely on the sun in the UK, but secondly, I'm not comfortable with the idea of flies settling on them or flying debris from the trees. So finally, the thought of having to make the spice mix from scratch may also seem somewhat daunting, as it involves a myriad of fresh aromatic ingredients such as lemongrass, galangal, fresh turmeric, onions, shallots, shrimp paste, and which have to be thinly sliced and then pounded and then fried in oil, which takes quite a bit of time. So the whole process is now made easier by using my ready-made Nyonya Secrets Nonya Sambal curry mix, which is not just a curry. So let's begin. Let me show you the ingredients that I usually put in my Nyonya pickle. Traditionally, it's cucumber, carrots, green beans, cabbage, and you can also use shallots, and you can add green chilies, which is, my grandmother used to stuffed with dried papayas, which are also fried in spices, and then it's pickled in vinegar. I've used malt vinegar, but you could use wine vinegar or apple cider vinegar, and then a sprinkling of nuts and sesame seeds to give it more crunch. So let me show you how my vegetables should be cut. Well, the green beans are obviously easy enough. You just top and tail and then cut it in half and salt it. So I've got some here that's already been salted and prepped. Then we've got white cabbage, which needs to be cut into small strips. So make sure that you separate each and every layer rather than leaving it, chopping it in whole bits, because you might get big clumps. So this goes into a container and needs to be salted. So I've got some here already salted, and carrots. So this is one of the ways you can chop your carrots. I usually cut it into 5 centimeter lengths. So probably divide into 3 or 2, depending on the size of your carrot, and then cut it into julienne strips. So you can add more or less of the vegetable that you prefer. I actually love the crunchiness of carrots and cucumber, and you can also use cauliflower. So this gets put into a bowl, and then lots of salt goes in there. I've used a muslin bag like this, and then this needs to be left to draw out the moisture from the carrots. The salt will do that, or you can dry it in the sun, but as I said, just leave it in the bag. And if you were to use a heavy object, and after a while you find lots of moisture gathering, then you need to squeeze the water out and until it's as dry as possible. So if you leave it overnight, you'll find that most of the moisture would have been drawn by then. So this is how you cut your cucumber. So again, I cut it into 5 centimeter lengths, so keep it all fairly uniform. And then cut around the pith, because you want to discard that. It is too soft and quite mushy. Right, so you've got your cucumber, and so you repeat the same process, putting it in another muslin cloth. And then the generous sprinkling of salt, and just leave it, wrap it all up, and as I said, put it in a bowl and weigh it down with a few cans or heavy cans with a dish at the bottom, and just leave it to soak overnight. And then in the morning, squeeze out whatever juice that's lying around. So I have some vegetables here that's already been prepped. So my carrots are all nice and dry, and they're quite crispy. So by squeezing out the excess moisture, you are also getting rid of the excess salt, because obviously we've had to use about 3 tablespoons of salt, which is far too much salt to be consuming. So here's my cucumber, which have already been pressed, and then the rest of the vegetables. I'm not adding any shallots because it's not something that is enjoyed in my household, and to do the pickled green chilies is far too tedious, so I'm just keeping it nice and simple with these 4 different ingredients. So to make the marinade, the spice marinade, I've used my Nyonya Secrets Sambal curry mix. So I've got a jar here, and I'm just going to put that into a bowl. 1 jar should be plenty. And then just going to add the vinegar. And then some sugar. Sorry, I forgot to get that ready. So just about a couple of tablespoons of that should be sufficient. And of course you can taste according to how you like it, sweeter or more salty or more sour. So adjust the seasoning just before you add it to your vegetables. Now, if you find that the sugar has not dissolved, then you can heat it in a pan, but cool it down before you add it. Little taste. I prefer mine with a tiny bit more sugar, so I've added another spoonful. So that's 3 spoonfuls altogether now. Okay, that's great, perfect. So just pour it into your vegetable mixture. Mix it well. It looks lovely and colorful and really tasty, because the sambal mix has got lots of aromatic ingredients and the shrimp paste, So unfortunately it's not totally vegetarian. However, if you want to stay vegetarian, you'll have to make your own sambal mix and just leave out the shrimp paste. So in goes my nuts, because I do like it nice and crunchy, and then a sprinkling of sesame seeds, so maybe just less than that. So there you go. So now I'm going to mix it all very well, and then I'm going to just get my sterilized jars. And then just start filling them up. So these jars have been sterilized by washing them in the dishwasher and then left to dry in the heat, or you can put them in the oven to make sure at 150 or 180 degrees for about 10 minutes or so, the way you would preserve jams, and then when it's nice and hot, and leave it to cool, and then you can use it so that you don't have any bacteria that will help to preserve the vegetables and keep it for much longer. So this could keep for several months. Make sure you have plenty of juice in each jar. Now these Achar makes lovely gifts as well. So if you want to make several jars, you can pass some to your friends who would really appreciate your effort. And as I said, it is delicious served with your food and in sandwiches. So thank you for watching, and please press the like button, or better still, order a jar of the Nonya Sambal curry mix and try making your own Achar Awak. The Nonya Sambal curry mix can also be used to make a delicious aromatic Nyonya curry, as you all know, with coconut milk, or a fish and prawn curry by making it with tamarind juice. All these recipes are available on the website or Instagram videos. Bye for now.